Welcome to a quick review of Calc 1, and we are going to start off with some basic derivatives. So first off, we have our power rule, and the power rule says that if we wish to take the derivative of a function x to the n, that we wind up getting n times x to the n minus 1. So again, for example, if we wish to take the derivative of x to the 9th, that 9 is our n, so we would pull a 9 out front, and we are left with x to the 8th power, dropping that power by 1. Next up, we'll go ahead and take a look at our derivatives of trig functions. So we have our 6 main trig functions. The derivative of sine of x is just cosine of x. The derivative of cosine of x is negative sine of x. Derivative of tangent of x is a positive secant squared x. The derivative of cotangent of x is a negative cosecant squared x. Then we have our derivative of secant of x is a positive secant of x times tangent of x. One moment, my screen needs to update. And our derivative of secant of x was secant x tangent x. And then we have our derivative of cosecant of x, which is a negative cosecant x cotangent of x. So these were all of our trig derivatives. Then we have our derivatives of exponentials and logarithms. Our most basic exponential derivative of e to the x is just e to the x. Generic or general exponential, the derivative of a to the x is a to the x times the natural log of a. And we also have the derivative of natural log of x is 1 over x. And then for our general logarithm, we have derivative of log base b of x is equal to 1 over natural log of b times x, all in the denominator. And then we get into our derivatives of inverse trig functions. So we have the derivative of tan inverse of x is 1 over 1 plus x squared. The derivative of cotan inverse of x is a negative 1 over 1 plus x squared. Then we have the derivative of sine inverse of x is 1 over the square root of 1 minus x squared. The derivative of cosine inverse of x is a negative 1 over square root 1 minus x squared. And then for our inverse secant and inverse cosecant, the derivative of inverse secant of x is a 1 over the absolute value of x times the square root of x squared minus 1. And the derivative of cosecant inverse of x is a negative 1 over the absolute value of x times the square root of x squared minus 1. All of these derivative facts will be extremely useful throughout this course when we go to take integrals. So be sure you refamiliarize yourself with the derivative facts or have a derivative fact sheet readily available. But these are our basic derivative facts.